Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a guide on overcoming what we call the 5-minute barrier to lasting intimacy and connection. We're tackling a highly requested, incredibly common, but honestly, rarely discussed physical hurdle that ends up derailing so many couples. So let's just dive right in.
So why do most couples stop after just 5 minutes? Honestly, it's a super frustrating reality. A lot of couples go into intimacy really hoping to connect for, 15, 20, or maybe even 30 minutes, but then they just hit this sudden wall. And here's the thing. It's rarely because they actually want to stop. They stop because the physical mechanics of intimacy just kind of break down. It's completely normal to want to extend this time to build a deeper bond. But without understanding what's happening biologically, both partners can end up feeling totally inadequate or just confused. But the root cause, it's actually purely physical.
Here's what's going on. When intimacy begins, both men and women experience an initial rush of natural lubrication, right? It's just the body's automatic response to arousal. But here is the biological catch. Our bodies kind of have a mind of their own, and they absolutely do not always keep the faucet running. After just a few minutes, that moisture can really begin to fade. And when that happens, what started out as a highly pleasurable experience suddenly transitions into dryness. And that dryness quickly leads to burning, and ultimately it just hurts. This is the exact moment that 5-minute barrier hits. The intimacy stops being fun and actually starts feeling physically harmful. It's a completely natural biological shift, but if you don't know how to navigate it, well, it shuts the whole thing down.
Now, when that initial rush fades, couples usually fall into one of two camps. The first is rushing the process. This happens when we get, a bit lazy, focusing entirely on the main act and letting outside stresses creep into our minds. Because we aren't totally mentally present, the body just stops producing that necessary moisture, which halts everything and leads straight to that pain we just talked about. But the alternative? It's feeling the body. This is the mind-body connection in action. It's about literally closing your eyes and actively feeling both your own body and your partner's body. You've got to be physically and psychologically present. When you do this, your excitement steadily builds and your body's natural mechanics are sustained. Your brain just keeps sending this signal to keep the lubrication flowing.
But I want to pause right here for a quick moment of reassurance. The guide points out, if you are trying to feel but nothing is happening, don't force it. There is no fault in you, and counseling can help. Sometimes you can close your eyes, try your absolute hardest to be completely present, and your body simply doesn't respond. The absolute worst thing you can do in that moment is force it. Forcing intimacy when the body is dry causes physical damage and honestly breeds emotional resentment. If you're experiencing this disconnect, where the mental arousal just isn't translating to physical readiness, it is totally 100% okay. It absolutely does not mean you're broken. Seeking professional counseling to bridge that mind-body gap is a wonderfully healthy, proactive step to take.
So, for those moments when things temporarily dry up, there is an incredibly effective, actionable solution, the pause and switch technique. First, stop the main act immediately, the very second you or your partner feel dryness. Seriously, do not push through the pain. Second, switch gears. Go back to kissing or manual stimulation. You want to shift the focus entirely away from the main act. And third, just wait. By engaging in this alternative foreplay, you're basically giving your body a chance to catch up. It allows the natural lubrication process to kickstart and rebuild itself. Think of it like hitting a quick reset button on your physical arousal.
Now, manual stimulation is incredibly important during this pause phase. Self-touch, or actively guiding your partner's hands, sends a massive, direct signal straight to your brain. You are essentially waking your body back up. If the natural moisture has faded, intentionally touching yourself or having your partner provide manual stimulation acts as a direct command to your nervous system. It basically says, hey, we are still going here. We still need that physical response. It's a super practical physiological hack to get the body to react and start that lubrication process all over again.
But what if pausing isn't quite enough? Or, what if you just want to completely bypass the friction issue altogether? Well, this brings us to a tool that absolutely needs to be completely normalized: water-based or gel-based lubricants. These are simple, external, dermatologically tested aids specifically designed to supplement your body's natural moisture. It is surprisingly common for couples to need a little extra help here. If your body isn't producing enough, or if it just stops after 5 minutes, there is absolutely zero shame in grabbing a bottle to ensure a smooth, pain-free experience. In fact, many experts argue it should be an absolute staple on the nightstand for anyone wanting to extend their intimacy time effortlessly.
Bringing a high-quality lube into the mix is a total game changer, and it comes with some really distinct benefits. For starters, safety. Water and gel options are perfectly safe to use with latex protection, which is absolutely crucial to know. From a health perspective, good quality paraben-free options actually help prevent fungal issues. Then there's the sheer comfort factor. Whether you're dealing with a natural lack of moisture or you simply prefer the feeling of extra wetness, this solves the burning and pain instantly. And it smooths the entire process across all different types of intimacy, making everything much more versatile and enjoyable.
Just remember to look for products that are cruelty-free and dermatologically tested to keep things completely healthy.
Okay, but there's a big emotional trap here too, the frustration cycle. When that 5-minute barrier hits and the dryness and pain start, it is incredibly easy to get intensely frustrated. But here is the danger. When you feel frustrated, your body's inner physical response shuts down completely. Frustration is literally the absolute enemy of physical arousal. You cannot reach a physical climax or produce natural moisture if your brain is just flooded with annoyance or disappointment. It creates this vicious self-fulfilling loop, where the more frustrated you get about the dryness, the drier and more painful things become.
Because ultimately, as the guide points out, frustration kills excitement. If it hurts, stop and relax to save the emotional attachment. I really want you to absorb that for a second. The goal of intimacy isn't just to cross some physical finish line, it's to connect. If the physical act is causing pain and breeding frustration, you are actively damaging the emotional bond with your partner. Taking a break to just relax, pulling back, and holding each other is vastly more important than forcing a physical conclusion. Protecting your emotional attachment should absolutely always take priority over pushing through physical discomfort.
So, we've covered the biology, the psychology, and the practical tools available to you. Don't let a natural, 5-minute biological shift become a source of silent resentment. Communicate with your partner, use the pause and switch technique, and hey, normalize keeping some external aids handy. It really makes you wonder, if we can openly communicate about something as deeply vulnerable as physical discomfort, what other incredible levels of emotional intimacy are just waiting to be unlocked in your relationship? Think about how you might use this method tonight to deepen that connection. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and I'll see you next time.